Do you think that airlines should charge more for overweight people taking up 2 seats, or should that second seat be free?
Free? Is that a joke?
What is up? It's your boy Johnny Shreve. I have BB Pro, Mr. Tell It Like It Is. Is being fat a choice? We're gonna skim through Jesse James' video, The Secret Behind America's Obesity Epidemic, and it's a good conversation to have. Is obesity a choice? And a very important question to ask. Or is it even the right question? Let's find out.
This man is overweight, but is it his choice?
Is obesity a choice?
I believe obesity is a choice.
It is a choice.
Yes, 100%.
No, I don't think it's a choice.
Obesity is not a choice. It is a disease.
Hormone fluctuations can really hurt, especially for women. Like my fiance, for example, he can eat anything and burn it off within like a week or two. But for women, we're meant to have kids, so we do hold fat.
It's such a lack of knowledge with this topic. It's pretty nuts. Here's the thing. Is obesity a choice? Let's be real. Most people who are overweight now didn't just get that way overnight. A lot of people who are fat today were most likely already overweight when they were kids. Child obesity is a huge issue, and it's one of the biggest reasons why many adults struggle with their weight right now. So if you look at it in terms of like, is obesity a choice? We have some data with this. Kids who are obese are far more likely to stay fat as adults. Once those habits, lifestyles, and patterns set in, it's very hard to break them as they get older. And for most of the people, it wasn't a choice. It was their upbringing, their environment, simply not having the access to the right knowledge and resources. As a parent, there is no playbook for this. You raise your kids the best way you know how. Asking if being fat is a choice isn't a realistic question at all. Most people don't end up overweight because they want it to be. Here's a real question. Will you choose to stay fat? That's the question we need to ask. When you are obese, will you choose to stay obese? That is the question. For most people, becoming fat wasn't their choice, but staying fat, yes, that is exactly a choice. Now, don't get me wrong, a lot of people, they do try. They say, I've tried this, I've tried working out, I've tried doing this, taking this drug, whatever, it just didn't work. And they blame genetics or the lack of knowledge. And sure, those things can make it harder, but when it comes down to it, the truth is very simple. You have to move, eat healthy, and do the hard work and face the challenges head on. Simple. When someone finally becomes aware of their weight, they're at a crossroad. This is what I notice a lot. They have to decide, do I stay this way or do I change? Everybody has a moment. Everyone has a tipping point. For some, it's very small. It could be like, they didn't fit into a dress or a shirt. Or it could be serious. The doctor is literally telling you and warns you that is detrimental to your life. And that's when people actually make a choice. But it's not until then that that person actually makes a conscious decision and choice to make change. So when it comes down to it, asking the question, is being fat a choice? That's the wrong question. The question should be, are you going to stay obese? Because that is a choice. Making that choice isn't going to be simple for others. I coach a lot of people, and I coach husbands and wives. I'm coaching someone right now. He is all in to make change. He's doing everything he can to make sure his blood pressure is down, his diabetes is in check, and he's taking action. Where on the opposite side, his wife, she acknowledged that there needs to be change, but right now she hasn't hit that tipping point yet. She hasn't hit that place where it might possibly be a doctor saying, we need to make change.
Is the word fat offensive?
No. Society has turned that into a negative word. It is a descriptor word. I am a fat person.
Now, I totally agree with him. We can tiptoe around things, and society has made us do a lot of that, where it's told us to not say certain things because, again, people are more sensitive now. They've made fat almost like a derogatory term when it's like, it just means fat. There's adipose tissue on my body is fat. Now, I'm not going to say that person has an overwhelming amount of adipose tissue. I can just say that person is fat. That person is obese. But it's also going to be how you say it. And that's the biggest thing when it comes to words, no matter what. If I say, hey man, that guy's black, you can say that. If I'm like, man, that dude's black as hell. Or like, man, that guy is dark as midnight. I might not care at all of how you say black, but some person might be like, wait a minute, man, I'm not dark as hell or black as midnight. To be real, my skin is literally brown, but it doesn't offend me. So when it comes down to it, fat is a descriptive word. I'm describing what I'm seeing. Fat, obese, overweight. It's all the same, but it's how you use the word.
I wanted to hear from someone who experienced both extremes.
And how do you feel about yourself now when you look in the mirror?
Oh God, I'm excited to wake up every morning. You know how crazy that is? I'm excited to wake up. I'm excited to meal prep. I'm excited to go to the gym. I have a girlfriend now. It's like my entire life just kind of came together.
Most people are training because they want to look good naked. Let's be real. The amount of positive reinforcement or the overall positive feeling you get knowing that you look good. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with acknowledging that you look good, acknowledging that you have a nice looking body. Because again, getting there required hard work. But at the same time, we have to understand that his journey to where he's at now made him healthier. And the byproduct of being healthy is the physique that he has right now. And that doesn't mean everyone's physique will look like that when they make a transformation. That's just the route he chose. And when it comes down to it, I have the hard talk. There's 3 types of people that step out of a shower. There's one person steps out of a shower, doesn't look in the mirror, grabs a towel right away and covers up and leaves. The second person gets out and kind of glimpses over and makes a comment to himself or herself. They're either kind of like meh or whatever. The third person gets out, takes their time to get the towel. Literally takes their time, doesn't even care if they have a towel. They're air drying because they are excited about what they look like. They remember and they reflect of the hard work that they're putting in to be there. Being healthy is work because again, if it was easy, this entire planet would be healthy.
Would you say that using the weight loss drugs is cheating?
Spending billions of dollars trying to feed us this food. So who's really cheating here? Is it my little brain that can't fight billions of dollars of ads? Or is it this little tool that makes me feel full?
Now, let's be real. These drugs can help, but they're not the magic pill. You still need to make changes in your lifestyle to improve. I find that when it comes to weight loss drugs, people will take the weight loss drug and it will do the job it's supposed to do, but then they don't do the other things. The weight loss drug now becomes that magic pill. And to be honest, it kind of is. I didn't say it's magic, but it's extremely effective. You take those drugs, you will lose weight. It's a chemical that alters your chemistry in your body to make you either not hungry, to decrease your appetite. But the problem with that is that when it's relied on too much, they forget about the other important things. I have clients right now that are using Wegovy or Ozempic, and they actually have type 2 diabetes. But at the same time, for them, we have to continue to train and work out, and we have to make sure that our nutrition is balanced because what happens with these weight loss drugs is that people get malnourished. They just don't have an appetite and they don't eat. So when it comes down to it, if you're taking Ozempic or Wegovy, you have to use those drugs as an addition to a lifestyle change. Eating, training, still doing the cardio. Am I all for it? If you actually need it, yes, I'm all for it. But if you don't need it and it's just a way for you to kind of fast track things, then for me, it's like you better be doing the other things as well too. You need to be training, you need to be doing the cardio, and you need to have a well-balanced diet.
Do we think fat shaming is good or bad?
I love my little brother, and like I was fat shaming him my whole life, you know, trying to get him to push himself to be healthier, hold himself accountable, make better choices. It's not healthy, and I want him to be around and live a long time.
But is that the best way to go about it though?
No, it's not. No, it's not a good way to go about it. So now let's be real. If you can actually measure exactly how many people respond to negative reinforcement, it would be an extremely small percentage. And even for those who do respond to negative reinforcement, it's often due to like past trauma or even early childhood experience like abuse. So no, fat shaming is a net negative. Even if the person gets results from negative self-talk or negative reinforcement, it weighs on them mentally. Your mental health takes a toll, takes a hit. And then when you actually get the results because of that negative self-talk, you eventually just digress. And your mental health will take so much of a toll, it'll outweigh your physical progress. So here's the bottom line. Whether you're at the beginning of your journey or you're stuck, you need to understand staying where you are is a choice. Here's the question. Are you ready to make the hard choices to change? Because if you are, then the time is now. Make a decision like hundreds of others have. Fill a link in the description below, johnshoefitness.com. Get on a 50-minute video call with myself. I go over your goals and see what we can achieve together. Anyway, so next time you know how it is. Iron sharpens iron. Progressive overload your life. In the meantime, keep dream chasing. Peace.